In Lesson 7, we're looking at percentage problems and equations from geometry. The first example is a word problem using percent. It says 18 is 20% of what number? So we have 18 is equal sign 20%. That would be the same as 20 over 100. And then that would be multiplied by some number. Now 20 over 100 is the same as 0.2, so I could put 0.2 times x equals 18. And then just divide both sides by 0.2. So x equals 90. So 18 is 20% of 90. The second example in Lesson 7 is another percentage problem. It says 1500 is what percent of 250? So to set this up, I'll have 1500 is means equals, so equals what percentage, so that would be x over 100 because it's a percentage, and that's of 250, so times 250, right? Now to get x by itself, I'm going to be multiplying by 100 over 250 because I can rearrange this. This is over 1, so I could write this as 250 over 100 times x equals 1500. And then you can easily see how multiplying by the reciprocal will get x by itself. Okay, so here these cancel, so it's just going to be x by itself. And then when I multiply this out, I would get 600%. So 1500 is 600% of 250. The third example in Lesson 70 just simply says to find x. We're going to be using equations from geometry. And since they're giving us this triangle ABC, we simply need to add each of these up because they are each representing a measure of the triangle's angles. And when we add them together, we can just set that equal to 180 degrees. So I can have 2x plus 2 plus 7x plus 18 plus 6x plus 10. And this is going to be equal to 180 degrees. So I can go ahead and combine my like terms. Since there isn't anything in front of the parentheses, I was just writing those in so we could tell that that was the three angles I was adding together for the triangle. So we'll have 2x plus 7x, that would be 9x, plus 6x, that would be 15x. Then 2 plus 18 would be 20, plus 10, that would be 30, so plus 30, equals 180. Then to get 15x by itself, I'll subtract 30 over here. And then 15x will equal 150. Then just divide both sides by 15. So x equals 10. And we've found x. The fourth example in Lesson 7 is another problem that's using equations from geometry. It simply says to find x and then find the measure of a small angle and the measure of a large angle. And since this is 1, 2, 3, 4 parallel lines, we know that they're parallel because of little arrows, and it's being cut by a transversal, we know that our large angle and our small angle will add together to be 180 degrees. So I'll have 4x plus 33. That will be added to the small angle that was 3x, and it'll be equal to 180. There are like terms together, so that'll be 7x plus 33 equals 180. And then I can subtract 33, so that would be 147. 7x equals 147. Then just divide both sides by 7. So x equals 21. Okay. So we have the first part, but we still need to find the small angle and the large angle. The 4x plus 33, that would be a large angle. So if we put our value of x in for the x here, that'll give us the large angle measurement. So 4 times 21 plus 33, so 4 would be 84 plus 33, and that will be 117 degrees. That was for the large angle. And then for the small angle, we can use the 3x. So this one would just be 3 times 21. So that would be 63 degrees. And if you wanted to double check that your math was right, you could simply add 117 plus 63, and that does equal 180. So that's one way to check yourself. In the fifth example of lesson 7, we have the measures of angles A, B, C, and D are in the ratio of 1, 2, 4, and 2. Find the measure of each angle. So the ratios, these numbers go in the same order as our A, B, C, and D. So we'd have 1, 2, 4, and 2 related to each the A, B, C, and D. Now, in order to help us out, we'll just multiply them by x so that we can find what that missing degree is. Now, if we add all of these angles together, we're going to get 180 degrees. So I would have x plus 2x plus 4x plus 2x equals 180. Okay, these are all like terms, so when I add them together, I will get 9x equals 180. Divide both sides by 9, so x would equal 20. So A equals 20 degrees, and B would equal 2 times x, so it would equal 2 times 20, so it would equal 40 degrees. C would equal 4x, so it would be 4 times 20, that would be 80 degrees. And D equals the same as B, so 2x, 2 times 20, so it is 40 degrees. And we have found A, B, C, and D.